All right, so how far has Conor fallen in the recent past as it relates to his partying, and how well is he going to be able to shake that behavior off and get back to business when he fights Michael Chandler? Because there are videos emerging that are very crystal clear to a person like me what is, what's going on and what's causing Conor to speak the way that he's speaking in these videos, okay? Now, what prompted this, I saw the video of him partying in Monaco for the F1 thing, and I'm like, all right, he's partying pretty hard. Doesn't he have I know his fight's probably not for 6 months, but, I don't know. Like, anything that's going on with Conor is very notable right now. But I watched the True Gordy breakdown that he did of Conor's interview with Ariel, and I didn't realize how off the rails he was in that interview. And I could tell you what I'm looking at. Okay, I can tell you what I'm looking at. Now, can I say with utter certainty what a person has ingested? No, but I can make a very educated guess. And it's not just about what they ingest. It's about over what period of time. When was the last time they slept? Things like that. Because to me, if I had to bet every dollar that I had, it would be that it would all go on that Conor did that interview with Ariel on a bender. Not like he's partying that day, like he's been partying for multiple days. Hasn't slept. He's only got one thing that's keeping him awake. And, look, dude, no one loves this guy more than me. Okay? I have never wavered in my support with Conor McGregor ever. I'm talking about this because this is what I do, but also I'm rooting for the guy. I really want him to do well. He's critical to the sport. He's the most exciting guy when he's fighting, whether you love him or hate him. I don't care who you are. You are fired up to watch him fight, whether you want him to lose, win, whatever. There's nothing more exciting than when he fights. And if he loses to Chandler, okay? I mean, if they put on a war, then whatever, maybe. But if he loses, I mean, it could be a wrap, dude. He says he's never retiring, is whatever. Like, dude, he needs to win a fight. You know what I mean? Now, I love Michael Chandler. Like, Chandler's my dude. But, I'm very torn on this. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Bottom line, let's look at this recent footage of Conor. I want to show you guys about 4 videos of him, and then we'll talk about it. Now, before we do, though, really quick, no ads. I just wanted to say it's Memorial Day, and I wanted to take a moment to say thank you to the soldiers who gave their lives defending this country. And when everybody's out taking their day off, having a beer, remember why we have the day off today. Ultimate sacrifice, no beers for them. And we're all grateful. So, let's jump into it. Subscribe. If you haven't yet, go ahead and click subscribe and help out your boy. I think I hit 111,000 today. Appreciate you guys. So let's start with this. Let's start with the True Gordy video, and we're going to go from here. Because like I said, I mean, as he kind of gives this intro, where we're going is I believe Conor's on a bender, and I'll tell you exactly why.
The piss. I genuinely feel bad for this man right now, because if there's one thing
Okay, first of all, you don't need to feel bad for Conor McGregor, though.
About Conor McGregor that we've always known him to be is a fantastic speaker. I'll give you an example.
I want to do what's right and do my part. That's it. I think, it's our duty as humans to give back.
Okay, so you get the point.
I mean, you could literally, the thing about that is you could pick any clip of Conor speaking, ever. There are no clips where Conor is sober and speaking where he does not sound brilliantly articulate. He's obviously incredibly talented on the microphone. He's super smart. He's intelligent. He comes off well, always. But it's good that he actually showed that so you can see the contrast when you see the next clip.
McGregor is a very well-spoken guy. We all know this. And he's articulate, chooses his words well, paces his sentences well. Just generally one of the best speakers in sport. Now, let's go to a series of interviews he gave on the same day last weekend for the Katie Taylor fight in Ireland.
Potentially before, it's done. It's done. The calls on the process is the process. And
the difficulty that...
Yeah, he's just getting started. And when he said where he's about to start talking about training 3 times a day, that's where I was like, whoa, dude. But clearly you could tell there, I mean, you would hope he's boozing there because clearly there's something going on, except that in this interview, he tells Ariel he's not drinking. And so whether that's true or not, I mean, we'll get into it, but just watch.
Conor McGregor has, in even just finishing a sentence here, is very bizarre. So there's a constant licking of the lips throughout all of these interviews, and he can't keep his...
Yes, this clip right here is where I was like, I'm like, oh, I think he's on a bender.
Processes.
Has in
Real
even
quick,
just finishing a sentence here
Watch
is
this.
very bizarre. So there's a
That
constant
right
licking.
there, that's a bender look. That is a bender look. Jesse, how do you know? I just do. Okay, I just do. Rigo just did a brilliant video yesterday about me and Guru, where he said Guru's a beta because he doesn't look at the camera, and he said Jesse's an Adderall freak. So, the video is so funny, dude. I hysterically laughed at the Adderall part. But yeah, I mean, the idea that I'm on Adderall all the time is 100% inaccurate. It's not never accurate. I have a prescription. I don't take it very much. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not on it every day, right? I take it when I party. For Gabrielle and I go out, I take it. That's it. But bottom line is, I have history with stimulants. I know that look. Blow, not my thing, dude. And never has been. I don't like it, because I always had an Adderall prescription since I was like a teenager. And so it's like, why would I want something that's way shorter acting, makes you feel way worse, and also makes you crazy? But I've been around a lot of people who've done it. And that look, crystal clear to me. I mean, that's I mean, the ones of you who know, you guys know.
Of the lips throughout all of these interviews, and he can't keep his attention on Ariel Helwani for 2 seconds.
Backing him, it seems like, in this fight. He's showing love to you.
Again, with the strange mouth movements constantly. His mouth can't stop going here.
We're about, it's competitive.
What was that one?
We're about, it's competitive.
The guy is not making any fucking sense here.
So here's the thing, right? Let me actually make myself big for this particular part. Okay. So I'm going to be, I'm going to educate people who don't know about this part. Anytime that I ever talk about substance abuse on this channel, I get a really positive, response, just because I'll just speak about it very honestly. And I don't, there's no stigma to it. When you get to be my age, if you're not my age, when you get to be my age, you'll realize 90% of the people at some point have struggled with something, right? So it's like ridiculous to act like it's some secret that everybody needs to keep, right? But when it comes to this, right? If you've been awake for like multiple days, all right, like you straight up party all night, you didn't sleep, and then you had stuff going on the next day, whether that was some other event, whether it's whatever, for whatever reason, you stayed up all night, okay? And then the next day comes and you can't just go die, right? Like you have stuff you need to do. And so you keep it going, that's called a bender. Okay. And then sometimes they turn into 3-day benders, 4-day benders, 5-day benders. I'm not talking about myself necessarily. Well, I don't know. I don't need to do a full audit. Not in the last 2 decades. Well, I don't know about that. Anyway, it's not here nor there. Bottom line is, I know. And what happens is, your brain starts functioning very differently because you're like there's like adrenaline pumping into your brain because you haven't slept. The only thing that's keeping you awake is whatever, you're ingesting. I'm not saying this is for sure with Conor either, but if I was going to guess, right? And it's literally like the way that I describe it is like, it's like this puts a battery in your back. It's the only thing keeping you awake. And in your mind, you think that you sound really sharp, like you think that you're having a really intelligent conversation, well structured words that people will understand. And yet you don't, you don't sound understandable. You sound like that, he looks like he's been up for 2 days to me. That would be my guess. And, anyway, so we'll get into the impact of this potentially shortly.
Gangsta. Does that surprise you?
Again, with the constant licking of the mouth.
I'm not going to drink it. This will be if I'm not going to drink because I'm going to train 3 times a day. And I tell you why. When I trained this morning, I don't usually train 3 times. I just feel like 3 times a day. I'm a little man. I don't. It's just a big fight.
The guy. I'm laughing, but I'm not. It's not funny, really. And you know, the guy's just said, "I'm not drinking today." How the fuck is he acting like this? Do you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? For a start, I was hoping he was drunk.
It's like torturing me because this point's in you now.
This is torturing me.
I'm not going to drink it.
I'm not going to drink it.
This will be if I'm not going to drink
I'm not going to drink it
because I'm going to train 3 times a day.
because I'm going to train 3 times a day.
And I tell you why. When
And
I
I'll tell you for why.
trained this morning,
I trained this morning.
I don't usually train 3 times.
I don't usually train 3 times a day.
I just feel like 3 times a day.
I just feel.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's possible that he's I mean, I would even say probable that he's wasted also. Or, I mean, again, I can't verify any of this stuff. I'm speculating based on what I'm looking at. So it's possible that that he's wasted and like in his brain, he thinks that if he says, I'm not drinking, I'm going to party 3 times, or I'm going to train 3 times a day, that'll like come off in his interview, you know, like been up for a couple of days, you know, like, oh, this will sound good. Yeah, you know, I trained 3 times, you know, I trained this morning, trained this, you know, put out the impression that I'm training, you know, like let everybody know that I'm on it. Let everybody, you know, it's good PR and like in mush brain. You like when you're on the ropes like that, you're not in your brain. You have no idea what you sound like, you know? Now I've always thanked my lucky stars that booze and me do not really mix very well because like the idea of looking like that, you know, like being super wasted and sounding like a moron is horrifying to me. But I mean, listen, I'll just say it like this. If someone told me that Conor is not severely inebriated either on a bender or on booze in this video, I would tell you you're out of your mind. Like I would literally bet my life on it, obviously. But it gets weirder. I mean, Jesse, why are you not just directly saying it? I don't know, dude. I don't like making just like straight up allegations against people when I can't prove it. You sound like a mushmouth, though. Just say what you think. I think he has a raging blow problem. That's what you think? Yes. So you think he's doing it every day? No. I think that he goes on benders and he does them for 4 or 5 days straight or whatever. And then he probably gets back to regular and he's just kind of like, this is like his routine. I feel really weird talking about this, man, because I don't know for sure, but like, I think anyway, let's continue. Sorry.
Like 3 times a day.
Hey, I'm a little. It's just a big fight tomorrow for
This is a big fight tomorrow for Katie Taylor.
Katie, and Sam 18, you know what I mean? You know, I love her so much and I'm so invested in it and I want to say I do well.
He's all over the place, dude. He's talking about training 3 times a day, then his brain goes here, goes there. That is bender talk, man. Like that's bender talk. Your brain jumping all over the place. Like you think that you sound good, but you can't, you literally like you have goldfish brain because you haven't slept. The only reason you're awake is it's like you can't sleep, but your brain needs to recover. Like you are on the ropes. You need to go to bed, dude. You need to stop talking to people. You need to go eat a sandwich and you need to go pass out. Like no more, you know, that's what you're looking at.
I wanted both ladies and all the competitors.
You can see poor Ariel. Ariel did a great job on this broadcast, by the way. He must be looking in this man's eyes thinking, you are fucking wrecked, mate. What is going on here?
Look how glorious that is. It's sitting there a minute now, sitting there about 10 minutes ago, so the energy hasn't got glorious. I'll have a coffee instead.
And enjoy.
just getting a word in with this geezer. You deserve a medal, Ariel.
Yeah, I mean, so that's, you know, that is that's that one. I mean, there's some more too. It's just like
it's important to help someone. It's important to help, right? Because we all start with 0. So it's important to help down. But if you help down and bring someone up.
This part, he actually made a good point. He's talking about helping guys and then, you know, and then they come back and they sue him. But so I want to show you guys more of this. And then I want to show you, a couple clips that I think indicate the same conclusion.
I'm a southpaw. Ryder was a southpaw. Billy Joe was a southpaw. Yeah. I've seen methods. I've seen things I do and I know he's waning. I'll fight Canelo, no fucking problem, yeah? Out straight, no problem.
Then we get a question about him and Carl Froch.
Okay, and think about, okay, here's another point I will make too. Who, like, you know, Conor is like directly associated with the Kinahan gang, right? Like, those are his boys. They're known to be like the largest blow importers in Ireland. They're an international drug cartel, as I understand it, right? Conor can buy in bulk. Do you know what I'm saying? Conor can buy in bulk. He could buy 3 bricks just so that he's like, I just want to make sure I have it whenever, you know? I would be really curious to see if there is well, I don't know. I guess he's probably got a dealer anyway. I was going to say, like, if there's a connection between how he is in Ireland versus where he is other places in case he wouldn't want to travel with, but obviously he can get it anywhere that he goes. All right. So I also wanted to show you guys, Conor at the Monaco thing yesterday because he's partying his balls off there. And I'll just show you this really quick. You know, it's like, here's Conor in Monaco at the F1 thing yesterday. So he's just chilling, you know, having a good time. He looks fine there. He's having a good time, dude. Definitely drunk though, I would say. And then look at that, dude. Look at his boat. Here we go. He's partying, dude. He is partying, dude. Here we go. So this says, fans are fearing that McGregor's proposed return fight with Michael Chandler definitely won't happen, and he's spending too much time enjoying himself. No. I do not agree with. I think he'll fight Chandler. I do. And that also is, you know, that's the other thing. So I want to show you guys 2 clips from after the Ryan Garcia. Again, all I'm trying to demonstrate is like, this guy's on blow for sure. Okay. Like he's on blow. Okay. It's not like we don't need like this. I'm mush mouthing this thing, but I'm only doing that because I feel weird saying a thing that I can't validate 100%, but he is gacked out of his brain. Okay. Like there's no speculation here. All right. Look at this. So look at this one too. So this is after the Ryan Garcia fight. Okay. And he, some guy just asked him a random question. He's playing craps. This is a random person that asked him this question. Look how he answers it.
See a rematch between Tank and Brian? Why not? You know, Tank and Brian? Why not?
Sorry.
Want to see a rematch with Tank and Brian? Would you like to see a rematch between Tank and Brian?
Why not? You know, they've already made the match, so it'd be easy to get done again. There's a storyline to it. He doesn't have to cut. He doesn't have to rehydrate, or he's allowed rehydrate.
Actually,
I think it's a story. It's easily made. You know, in boxing, the matches are so hard to make. Right. So if you think of all the other contenders on there,
this one he could just be drunk, maybe. Except that, well, anyway, he goes into this whole thing. He's like,
they're all difficult fights to make. But here you got 2 guys have already fought. You know, it's said there's a story. I'd like to see it again.
Yeah. Do you think Ryan can eventually beat Tank?
No, it's a tough ask.
Right.
But with that extra bit of weight, when you don't got a
I will say this, dude. Conor given this kind of attention to a dude like in the casino, asks him a question and he gives him an answer like this, like drunk on whatever. It doesn't matter. That's a classy thing to do, dude. You know what I mean? Like that's a classy thing to do. He is the biggest star in Las Vegas. People are badgering him all the time. For him to take the time to like actually engage with a guy who's asking him a question, give him a genuine answer, whether he's wasted or not, is a classy thing to do. I just want to point that out. And then also the reason I think why I was looking at this one the way that I was is because of this one, right? This thing. If you guys remember this.
He's 1-0 on you. These are the 2 biggest names in the division. I want to see it again. Yeah. I want to see it again now, and I want to see it with no rehydration time. Because you know what I mean? But you are crafty too. You tried to crack him with the lead hook. Mate, all the respect in the world to you. You're the future. The future is staying. And I'm watching you all the way. I wish you all the best. Get back on
the head. Yeah, like, cause like that scene, you're like, all right, Conor seems pretty tuned up, pretty turned up tonight. But here's the point. Here's like what's actually important to discuss in this video as it relates to the fight game. I mean, Conor's his own man, dude. He could do whatever he wants, dude. He could bury himself in a bag of blow for the rest of his life, and like he can do whatever he wants. He could choose to party his face off. He could choose to not. He could choose to do whatever he wants. He has all options are open to him. The reason this is important for us is because we're fans of mixed martial arts, and if he wins against Chandler, it matters. If he loses, it matters. And no one gets to a victory over Michael Chandler at the bottom of a bag of yayo. You know, like bottom line. He loves to party, dude, and more power to him. And here's the thing that I was going to say about this is like, clearly he's raging right now. Like he's partying. Now, maybe it's his last hurrah before he goes into fight camp. Maybe, you know, maybe he's just going all out, and then he's going to go into fight camp, and, you know, he's going to pull it all together. He's going to get super focused, and he's going to rock and roll. But the thing is this is exactly what people mean when they say people get huge and they get distracted, okay? Now, you can get distracted with movies. You can get distracted with partying, and get distracted with whatever. But the bottom line is this level of fame and wealth comes with the inability to lock yourself in a basement and only train like other guys, or like how you did when you were on your way up. Okay? The allure of going to Monaco to go to the F1 race and sit in the VIP, chill on your boat, have everybody cheering for you. I mean, dude, that's like, that's got to be extraordinarily hard to not go do. Do you know what I mean? Like, think of how fun it is to party as Conor McGregor. Like, I know people who party way harder than Conor, and they're not Conor McGregor. You know how much more fun it is to be Conor McGregor than anybody else? But at the end of the day, he's going to fight Michael Chandler at the end of the year. It's going to be one of the biggest events ever. And if he wins, it's going to be, I mean, he'll get a title shot. You know, I mean, bet that. If he beats Chandler, he'll get a title shot. And we have, and for himself too, like that would be an incredible accomplishment given the, you know, recovering from the injury, given everything, you know, kind of looking at his career in general. It's like, if Conor was any other guy, and you looked at his career, right? His recent career, and you go, all right, MMA. So in 2018, he comes back, he loses to Khabib. 2020 comes back, he has a great knockout. Then he comes back in 2021 twice and gets finished twice, one with an injury. And now it's 2023. Okay, like there's no one who you would have high hopes for. This is not dissimilar from like, you know, Chris Weidman or something, like coming back from an injury. It's like, do you think that he's one, you know, fight away from a title shot? And, or more importantly, if he was able to win in spectacular fashion, then he got back to a title shot and he won, how inspiring and incredible would that be? Right? And with Conor, because of all the eyeballs on him, it would be even better. But anybody looking at the videos that I just showed you, I mean, listen, dude, it's hard to feel very bullish about that. You know, it's hard because, and at the end of the day, dude, he's got to quit. Like, if I'm right about the benders, he's got to stop doing that, dude. He's got to stop doing that. I don't know, but based on that aerial interview, that's exactly what that looked like. That looked like a battery in his back, you know? Guy's got a battery in his back, the only thing keeping him awake. So I'm always rooting for Conor. I'm always rooting for basically everyone. There's only, I mean, I'm trying to think. There's only one guy in the UFC that I will always root against. He's like the only one. Anyone else there, I'm either I really love and respect them, or I'm indifferent. There's only one guy where I'm like, I will literally always root for him to lose. But, you know, I'm smart enough not to put that on the channel. I'm not trying to, you know, get in the crosshairs of some psychopath. But anyway, that's what I got. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys. And that's what I got. Peace.